All right, let's just dive right into this. There's a new kind of gold rush happening, all thanks to AI, and it's creating a new generation of wealth at a speed that's just, well, it's unbelievable. We're not talking about the usual tech giants, we're talking about everyday entrepreneurs who are building absolute fortunes in months, not decades.
So you hear the headlines, right? You see all the hype. But what's the real story behind it? Can AI actually be a partner, a co-founder even, in building a business that could change your entire life? Well, as we're about to see, the answer is a huge, resounding yes.
$80 million. Let that sink in. That is the life-changing, all-cash price that a tiny AI company called Base44 was bought for this year. The buyer? The web development giant Wix.
And get this, what did it cost to get that company off the ground? Less than $10,000. The founder, a guy named Meir Shlomo, basically turned a small side project into an $80 million payday in just a handful of months.
And look, it's not just about these massive buyouts. Over in China, an entrepreneur named Liu Shoushiki used AI to completely transform his ugly slipper business. He reached an efficiency of 5 million yuan. That's over 600,000 US dollars per person. These are not just lucky one-offs. This is a pattern.
So what is going on here? What's the engine driving all this? Well, this isn't just about luck or being in the right place at the right time. This gold rush is happening because two fundamental rules of the entire game have been completely rewritten, creating a truly once-in-a-generation opportunity. Okay, first, the cost to run really powerful AI has absolutely cratered. I mean, think about this. Just 2 years ago, a massive model like GPT-4, it had 1.8 trillion parameters. Today, a model like IBM's Granite is literally 900 times smaller, but here's the crazy part. It scores better on the exact same coding test. That means way more power for a tiny fraction of the cost is now in the hands of entrepreneurs everywhere.
Now, at the very same moment that AI is getting cheaper and more powerful, the one thing it needs to survive, high-quality, human-made data, is becoming rare. It's becoming incredibly valuable. The well, you could say, is starting to run dry.
You know, platforms that we've all relied on, like Wikipedia, they're being totally overwhelmed. Their content, which they offer for free, is being scraped by AI companies so aggressively that it's straining their systems to the absolute breaking point.
One manager put it perfectly. He called this data scraping a DDoS attack on the entire internet. And what that means is that systems are just being flooded with traffic. This whole data crisis has turned real human conversations, you know, the kind of stuff you see on Reddit, into digital gold. Every authentic post is now a precious resource for training AI.
And the value of that digital gold? $35 million. That's how much Reddit made in a single quarter, just by licensing its user content to AI companies. Think about that. In this new economy, our conversations have become a multi-million-dollar asset.
Okay, so we've got these two huge forces pushing against each other. AI is cheaper than ever before, but the human data it needs is more valuable than ever before. So the big question is, how does a single person, an entrepreneur, actually jump on this opportunity? The new playbook, it kind of looks like this. You can think of AI as your new co-founder, helping you at every single step. We're talking about generating the business idea itself, one that's tailored to your skills, then doing all the market research in seconds, then actually creating the product, building out the brand, setting up your online store, and even running all of your marketing campaigns. Let's get really specific for a second. Take a product like a podcast. That used to take hours and hours of research, recording, editing. Now, an entire episode can be generated start to finish by an AI in just a few minutes. But, and this is a big but, it's not perfect. Of course not. While AI gives you instant creation and it's super scalable, it still lacks that genuine human emotion. There's no real chemistry between AI hosts. It's an amazing tool for getting information out there, but for now, it just can't replicate that human connection that really makes you care about what you're listening to. So this combination of new rules and new tools, this isn't just some theory. It is leading to some absolutely mind-blowing real-world success stories. So let's look at the proof. So let's meet Meir Shlomo again. He's a 31-year-old serial entrepreneur from Israel. He wasn't even trying to build some billion-dollar company. He just wanted a cool side project that he could build using AI. And that little side project became Base 44.
And the timeline of this whole thing is, well, it's just breathtaking. Shlomo has the idea late last year. He officially forms the company in March. He hires his first 5 employees in May, and then he gets acquired for $80 million in cash in July. Most of his team had been working at the company for less than a month before they hit the jackpot. Incredible.
But hey, it's not all about selling out for a huge payday. Liu Shiki, he took a totally different route. He didn't sell his company. No, he used AI to turn his traditional B2B slipper business into a hyper-efficient profit-making machine.
And the results were just stunning. Before AI, his new product cycle was about a month. After AI, it was 1 week. His order conversion rate, it more than doubled, jumping from just under 10% to over 21%. And get this, a team that used to need 3 people to run 2 shops could now be run by just 1 person, managing 5 shops. AI was his ultimate form of leverage.
So, what does all this mean for you, for me, for the rest of us? This isn't just about some new business tactics. This is a fundamental shift in our entire relationship with work and with the idea of wealth itself.
The thinker Li Xiaolei has a really powerful way of defining the end goal here. He calls it wealth freedom. And it's really simple. It's the point where you no longer have to sell your personal time just to cover your living expenses. It's about owning your time, truly owning it.
And this is where AI changes everything. The old model, the one we all grew up with, was about selling your time once, at a job, for a linear income. But the new AI leverage model is about building assets that work for you, creating a scalable income that's completely detached from the hours you put in. You don't have to be the expert anymore. You just have to know how to leverage AI as the expert.
This idea is captured perfectly by Alex Pilon over at Shopify. He says AI provides a springboard. You don't need to be a professional coder anymore or a marketing genius. You just need to have the vision. You need the drive to guide the tool.
Look, the barriers to entry have never, ever been lower. The tools have never been more powerful, and the opportunity has never been bigger. AI is here, it's ready to be your partner, your employee, your co-founder. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build with it?